Espresso machines are expensive. They can go anywhere from a few $100 to a few $1,000. I built this one for $50, and it's all started with one simple question. It's just coffee.
Yeah.
Why is it so expensive?
That's a good question.
When I was procrastinating and watching too many shorts, and all of those espresso videos started coming up, and then I'm like, wow, that looks so good, and I would really like to have like a decent espresso. And how much machines cost, and grinders, and settings, and all this stuff. Basically, I realized that it's out of my reach. Like, honey, we're gonna drink shitty coffee for the rest of our lives.
It's not that bad.
At least $500 for like a decent espresso machine, and then another like $300-400 or $200 for a grinder, and then there's all kinds of like stuff around it. I don't understand why machines cost so much. I started like researching more and more and more. It doesn't really matter how much an espresso machine costs, it all has the same ingredients inside. The essential parts are there's a heater and there's a pump. So you heat water and you pump it through the espresso to extract the coffee. That's how all the espresso machines work. 3D printing was out of the question because there's high pressures and high temperatures, and just 3D printing doesn't work with that. But then I thought, well, nylon can handle the high temperatures for sure. And then I saw also a few videos about people making like high pressure 3D printed vessels.
Not an actual tank failure, but a full 1000 psi, which.
And then I thought, well, if I can combine the two, maybe I can get something here. You know, making espresso from a plastic thing, from a plastic container is probably not going to be a very good espresso. And I didn't want to just make a concept. I wanted to make an actual working espresso machine. So then I went to my favorite website, which is
AliExpress.
Thank you very much. Went digging on AliExpress and until I found this. It's called a stainless steel sanitary tube. And then I thought like, okay, so all I need now is a connector that will connect the portafilter, the filter that holds the actual coffee, to this thing. And of course this doesn't exist. So then of course I thought, well, I can just 3D print the adapter, because that's what I do in my life. I just 3D print adapters. Everything is an adapter to something else. Like, it was very annoying because you needed to screw like 5 screws in order to hold enough pressure, and I thought like, well, that's not gonna work for an espresso machine. Imagine like you need to screw five screws every time you want to have a drink. Like, I thought, look, well, somebody probably figured it out before me, that this like 45 millimeter basket, not for 54 millimeter basket fits almost perfectly on this tube. And of course somebody figured that out. There's a very famous vlog, it's called the Home Barista vlog, and like all the crazy coffee people out there. And somebody did something similar, but they did a lever style machine. But what I did use from there is that they used 2 gaskets from a mocha pot. And instead of the 3D printed adapter, they used one of those clamps. It's one of those things, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like it was designed for this. It works so, it fits so well. It was just a matter of understanding like how to prep the espresso, and did a bunch of more tests and trying to extract like espresso. And at first it was just a hot sludge, and it was just terrible, and the coffee was very, very sour, and I think before I got like a good cup of coffee, I went through about 1 kilo of beans until I really got 2 pump. Espresso is coming out. And yeah. This is the first espresso, that's how it looks. Not a lot of crema. It was the temperature, because when you have like such a big chunk of metal, you need to heat it up, and when you just pour hot water, you think it's hot, but if you really think about it, like you pour hot water, and the second you stop pouring the second the water stops boiling in the kettle, it's cooling down. And by the time you pour it into here and close it and start pumping, it's already been like a minute. So the temperature is dropping fast, super fast. Although it's stainless steel, and I think stainless steel is a very bad heat conductor, so it retains heat better. Does that make sense? So I figured out I needed to preheat the vessel inside of a pot of boiling water, so it will be hot as possible. And then I started getting like the espresso, the not sour espresso. It was like it was like bitter, and it was like with sweet notes and caramel notes. Yeah, so that was very fun. The components you see here is like $50 worth. Plus another 60 for the grinder. The grinder is very important. Because most espresso machines, they don't include a grinder. You buy 500 espresso machines, you go, oh, you need to spend another 300 on a decent grinder. And then you go watch 65 videos of Les Hendrick talking about grinders. This, my friends, is a bicycle pump. This pump is designed to adjust shocks, air shocks on mountain bikes. And it can go to very, very high pressure. So your regular pump goes to about 100 PSI. This one can go up to 300 PSI, which is 20 bars, which is between 6 and 9 bars of pressure to extract a good espresso. Although the channel is called 3D Printing Ideas, but what I wanted to, like, one of the ideas behind 3D printing is that like you have an idea and you can quickly prototype and model working version of whatever you try to make. And then when you have a working version, you have more ideas on how to make it better. And this is exactly what you saw here. So the end result might be not even 3D printed, but I wouldn't have gotten to this result without 3D printing. I'm not gonna say it, but maybe I'm gonna do a second version that's gonna be a little bit more user-friendly.
I wouldn't talk about second version.
Yeah, until I actually have it.
Until you have a V2 of this. I want to be able to make you a coffee. That should be your goal.
Yeah. No, with this you can't.
I can't. Also, those seeing you.
Yeah.
The clamps intimidates me.
Yeah. It's not user friendly. It's really bad. By the way, how's the coffee?
The coffee is sometimes great, sometimes terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing about this machine is that there's zero consistency.
Yeah. Making an espresso takes over our whole kitchen. And the cleanup afterwards takes.
But I clean up.
Come.
No, I didn't finish.
Okay. But I'm not complaining because sometimes I get a good coffee.
You see, it's worth it.
When you go to the cafe downstairs.